Welcome back to another episode of You Haven't Seen That. I'm Alva.
I'm Isaac.
And this is a show where we talk about movies on that ever-growing list that have people asking you the question,
You haven't seen that?
I got it in one go.
Suck it. That's how you do it. Our dude, the cat is looking at us so fucking hard.
So our cat's looking at him with the, you did too much. That's not your job look.
I know what to tell you.
And yes,
I do it.
I am entering this episode because I had no other choice.
Because you're back on the couch.
I am back on the couch. Yeah. Second episode back. She's back. Back in New
We're going to
York
get copywritten.
Also, before I forget, don't forget to follow us on
Why Just Eat Pod?
on where though?
No, you do that and then you say
Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube.
There you go.
And if you want to fund us, you can do that at
Why Just Eat Pod?
on Venmo.
Look at that. This is fun. I
This
like
is
this.
nice.
Easy.
I don't like this. Anyways.
See, you can do the heavy lifting.
No. Okay. So anyways, this episode, we will be going over The Running Man and Keeper. But before we get to those movies, I do have to remind you that we will be having a 2025 wrapped episode at the end of December. We also have a Kill Bill Volume 2
Super looking forward to that
breakdown coming soon.
I'm not going to let you talk on that one. I'm just going to go.
Oh, that's fine. Take it over. I'm just going to be like, yeah, that's good. Great.
I'm going to ask you once, like, what'd you think? Okay, cool. And then fucking deep dive into this.
I mean, other than that, we have that. And I really do hope you enjoyed your Thanksgiving holiday. And I want to wish you happy holidays.
Happy holidays next week.
And then I want to know what you guys got for Christmas.
Or what you did at Christmas.
Because I am nosy. What did you get? I don't know what, I don't care about what you did. What did you get?
Mind your business.
No.
But before you forget to tell people that because these are jam-packed episodes, we're not doing games at the end of this. So no trivia at the end. We will be doing that January.
If this was my episode of Run, I would have had trivia, but I was told no.
It makes it easier for me to do because we're doing this like last second. We've been really busy.
Look, you told me to run the episode.
I know. I'm just saying.
Okay, no problem. And let's go with some news, some YHST news. I don't know what else to say here, but let's fucking go. Woo, 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 woo. I did it.
I did. Kick it off.
All right. Robert Eggers' new film Werewolf will be darker than ever, with the movie being set in 13th century England and will be told in Middle English.
And here's what that sounds like. Nothing? You got nothing?
No, I got nothing. Think Shakespeare.
After 35 years, Gary K. Wolfe has regained full copyright ownership of the iconic tune Roger Rabbit. Wolfe confirmed he's working on a live-action Jessica Rabbit movie along with the new 12-episode Toontown mystery, whatever that means.
George Lucas Museum of Narrative Art sets an opening date of September 22nd, 2026. Many of the items in the museum are curated from George Lucas's massive private collection.
Cool. Predator Badlands producer Ben Rosenblatt confirmed that Arnold Schwarzenegger is in talks with Dan Trachtenberg to return as Dutch. I hope this is true, but if it's not, Alva, help verify this.
Okay. Anyways, Netflix is making an American version of The Crown about the Kennedy family with Michael Fassbender as Joseph Kennedy Sr. in season 1.
I love Fassbender.
I love the conspiracy theories with the Kennedys.
Tom Cruise gives an emotional speech accepting an honorary Oscar at the Governor's Award. Quote, "Making films is not what I do, it's who I am," end quote. And I know that came out weeks ago, but it was a moving speech.
And Netflix buys WB. That is our big thing that happened.
For $82.7 billion.
Yep. But they make us not share our passwords, I don't understand.
It's crazy. But Christopher Nolan did say he's going to have a sit down with CEO to make sure that the theater experience is preserved.
And those are the news.
Kept you informed. There you go. You're welcome. And there it is. And just like in the last episode, just to reiterate that with a little new format we're doing is at the beginning of our bigger breakdown of the movie, we're going to give a spoiler-free bite-sized review. So starting off with Keeper. Alva, give me your bite-sized review.
Keeper. Tatiana Maslany's performance was great. The whole plot of it, a little bit wonky for me. I mean, I think it was a great take of a new way to do horror. And that's all I got to say about that.
Oh, it sounded like it had like a little end to that.
No.
But, like a new way to do horror, but
it could have been better.
Yeah, I didn't stick the landing. My spoiler-free review. This is directed by Osgood Perkins. Thankfully, it's not written by Osgood Perkins because where it lacks in story, it does make up for in visual artistry, if you will. But where they are able to maintain the intensity is where they lack in actual storytelling. And at certain points, kind of give up on that. In essence, they miss sticking the landing as some of these horror films do, making it feel more like a flat art style kind of film. That is paced slow intentionally, but so slow to the point where this hour 40 movie, I think, felt really long. And it fell apart when we started to talk about it on the way home.
Yeah. And that is our spoiler-free review.
There you go.
So stop there. Don't go forward. I will find you and smack you for going forward and spoiling it for yourself.
She means to say, pause it, watch the movie if you want to, come back and join the conversation where we dig into it a little more.
What I mean.
Yeah.
No, but can I just say that I said her name perfectly fine without stumbling?
Yeah, good job. Tatiana Maslany.
Yeah.
She's amazing. She's amazing in a lot of things. Orphan Black, The Monkey, She-Hulk. I actually liked her in She-Hulk. She's great. She does comedy very well as these like darker roles that require her to like emote in these very little micro expression sorts of ways, which is what she's doing throughout like the entirety of the thing. She carries the entire weight of the movie on her shoulders.
Oh yeah.
Like this movie would completely suck. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Like I said earlier, it's directed by Osgood Perkins. It's written by Nick Leppard, starring Tatiana Maslany and co-starring Rossif Sutherland, turns out to be half-brother to Kiefer Sutherland.
Oh, nice.
And they share their father, Donald Sutherland.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
His acting was cool. I didn't even bother looking up other stuff he was in because I'm like, I haven't seen that or that or that. He's barely in it, and he's this like, mild-mannered doctor that is dating. They've been dating for what, 6 months or something like that?
Roughly, yeah.
Yeah, and he takes her up to the cabin, and he has to take off because, duty calls. And so she's left alone in the cabin. And so there's this whole feeling of isolation, which is extremely well done by, there's musical scores in certain parts, but for the most part, there's hardly anything. Just, the sound design, creaking of the cabin and things like that. It's all good and dandy. Mm-hmm. But I wanted it to go somewhere a little faster. I mean, it was snail paced.
I will say, I think there are a handful of movies that we have reviewed that I have not at all fallen asleep in.
I wish I would have fallen asleep in this. I was trying to pay attention and be like, is it going to go somewhere?
And the thing was, I was trying really hard to stay awake because it was one of those movies where you had so much interest in it to watch it that I wanted to be like, okay, let me see what it's about. And I tried really hard not to like close my eyes. I was struggling. And I did.
The trailer got me.
Yeah. And the trailer was good.
Yeah. It didn't reveal too much.
Yeah. And that's what, like, you were like, we have to see it. I'm like, okay, cool. And every time we did see the trailer again, whether it be like the last trailer for our actual movie started up, I was like, no, perfect. I don't even know what this movie is about, but I want to go see it now. There are a couple moments where I did nod off. I felt like I didn't miss much.
No. I say this in a lot of these movies where you can tell where it feels like they wrote themselves into a corner because it's a horror film, right? And I think you said earlier, it's like sort of these new ways that they're doing stuff. I thought so too. I thought, oh, this is totally falling into that that new format of how horror movies are done. But except it made it seem like it was going to do that, and then it didn't, because those other movies will have like they'll use the horror backdrop to kind of cover like a theme, like death or something like that.
Yeah.
And this didn't do that, so it didn't build its characters. It didn't make me give a shit about them.
It kind of hinted at something, but then like didn't really.
Hardly that. I mean, she has trouble dating. Boo-hoo.
Yeah.
But what I was going to say was like the movie progresses very slowly. And when you're watching a movie, needless to say, you're looking out for the things that inform a story. And when there's not a lot of that, just a lot of emoting, which she does fantastically at. She's really good. So, A+ for her. But like none of those things were informing the story where I go, okay, I got it. And you're like, we're ADHD brains. So we're picking up on stuff fast. I go, okay, I got it. I'm intense. Now I'm just frustrated. Like you could only do that to an audience so much without giving them more before we get frustrated, to the point that finally when it like the whole story, there's a turn, I go, okay, cool. Does this mean this movie fucking ends now? I'm
frustrated at the fact that it's a folk horror. They could have gone much more with it, because there are movies where it kind of like does have that aspect and they dive into that, and it doesn't have to be like very cheesy, but you could have made that into like a folk horror, psychological horror kind of thing. But I felt like it was written one way, but it was directed another way.
And that's what I was trying to say earlier is at first I thought this was written by Osgood Perkins, and I was going to be like, dude, I like the monkey. And I was kind of so about long legs. Like, don't make me hate you. And when I found out it was written by someone else, I go, okay, you have a pass. Because it looked good. Looked great.
Mm-hmm. I would rather watch Long Legs again.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. But whether he would have written this or not, it's still one of my bottom movies for him. And I don't think he has many.
Well, there's been other movies where, you'll have like a bigger director or producer have their big name stamped on it. Mm-hmm. Like we watched Him and we were like, oh, this is only produced by Jordan Peele. Mm-hmm. Not directed or written. And then, I see why. It's to get that out there. But like I said, we're on the drive home, we talk about the movie and it quickly fell. We didn't even make it to the car before it fell apart.
I felt like a lot of lackluster.
Halfway up the escalator, it fucking fell apart.
I don't know. I just felt like I was cheated on a movie. I went in thinking, you know what? Maybe some movies do have a slow start and they pick up at the end. Okay, I'm not going to give it that much of a harsh review. Why does it feel like it's been an hour?
Okay, so what it was lacking was actual substance, right? Like, visuals look great, sound is cool, but the story. Mm-hmm. I mean, if you're not having a story, dear God. But I feel like the concept was there, but it didn't have anything else fleshed out around it. Like I said, to the point where, and I don't remember a lot of the details of it, but like we were poking holes in the plot or the character or how the movie was at a point doing really good about show don't tell until it didn't work for them storytelling wise, and so they had to just do a whole flashback and then tell, not show. You're like, you guys, you went back on what you were doing, so now it just feels too jarring. Again, it felt like they wrote themselves into a corner.
Yeah, that too at the end was it when they revealed like the creatures or whatever it was. I'm just like, I don't know what I'm looking at.
I thought that the redeeming quality of this thing was going to be the creatures or the ghosts or whatever, right? By the way, the last trailer that actually dropped, I saw a glimpse of it, and you see like the ghost thing. I'm like, don't show the mystery is what is it?
Yeah.
What are they scared of? But when the reveal of the ghosts happens, I'm left with more questions than answers. And as far as like the design of them at first was simple and creepy, but I fucking say this a million times over. If you're doing a horror film and you're going to use visual effects, do not do CGI. Unless you're going to be so fucking confident, so good at doing CGI that it's like invisible, then do it. But for the most part, go as practical as possible. Do other kind of visual trickery, but don't do CG. Your brain just disconnects from those moments and it takes away from what's supposed to be scary and it turns it into silly.
I felt for me personally, it was more of a, when you're a kid or when something, or even when you're looking forward to eating your favorite food and you build it up and you're like throughout the whole day, be like, can't wait for dinner because this is, this is what we're going to have, right?
Following.
And then you either go to the restaurant or whatever and they bring out the plate that you've been wanting to for the longest time. Uh-huh. And the first taste is like, why did a white woman make this?
I did not see that coming. I apologize for her inherent racism.
Where's the lack of flavor?
Where did it fucking come from? Holy shit.
That's what I felt like with this
fucking
movie.
White people are catching strays. Fucking steer this conversation elsewhere. Oh my God. Anyways, to bring it back to that very colorful metaphor is
lack of flavor.
It needed a shit ton of adjustments. It got me on the first act. It lost me on the second act, and when the third rolled around, I just didn't give a shit anymore.
Same.
Yeah.
I think I started to nod off on the second act. First act, I was like, okay, I'll give you this because you're kind of like establishing and everything, right? I expect second to be like, all right, we established. Now let's get this going.
I don't think I've actually said this on pod, but not only can you stream it at home, you can like be on your phone for the second half. You're not learning anything new. And then when it finally wraps up, you're like, oh, stuff's happening. Then check back in.
Yeah.
You would miss nothing.
Come from somebody who took a nap in the movie.
Time your nap. No, I mean, it's a fucking hour, 40-minute movie. Dude, case in point, right?
I took too many naps, Isaac.
We saw Kill Bill, which is 4 hours long. And I was like, dude, I wasn't bored by any second of that because, all intention was going into every little bit and every design of everything where nothing felt or seemed boring.
Okay.
And you can let certain scenes draw because it lends to something. This didn't at all.
Yeah, no. Because like even when we went to go see Kill Bill, I wasn't feeling 100% because we were getting over a cold or whatever sickness was going on. And I sat through, all 4 hours of it. And even though I was feeling physically exhausted towards the end of it, I'm just like, yeah, no, this is still a good movie, but it wasn't Keeper level where it was like, oh my God, what am I watching?
Yeah. So yeah, that's what we thought about that movie.
Okay, moving on to the next movie.
The Running Man, written and directed by Edgar Wright. Obviously, this is adapted from a Stephen King book. Little shades of like the 80s Running Man with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I have not seen.
Yeah, the book was set in 2025, although this movie doesn't give a year. But before we go into all of that, into this movie starring Glenn Powell, Josh Brolin, Michael Cera, Coleman Domingo, Lee Pace, and William H. Macy, Elva's going to give her spoiler-free review.
Spoiler-free review. Acting was good. I really did love Coleman Domingo's character.
Oh yeah.
And for me, seeing this as like the first time, like I've probably seen here snippets of the original. I loved it. It did give like a, was it 1984 kind of vibe, and I kind of want more movies like this.
Interesting. Okay.
That's it.
Full stop.
Full stop.
We're figuring out how to do this format of like nutshelling it, spoiler-free, bite-sized reviews. So my bite-sized review is spoiler-free bite-sized review is Glenn Powell is stunning. I love Edgar Wright films. I love the way that they're directed and written. It has a certain style to it. Although you could have told me that it wasn't an Edgar Wright film, I would have believed you. So different shade of it. But the bar is set high for all the other movies. Glenn Powell is this angry guy, is this shade of him that I've not seen, which is amazing. The action is so much fun. Entirely, this movie's fun. But the parts that scare me are when it hits certain technological things on the nose, having to do with media and AI and stuff like that. Like, it's a little bit scary. But there are other standout performances, like you mentioned, Coleman Domingo, which we didn't get a lot of, but when we did, he's just captivating on screen.
Stole the show.
Stole the show. Great action film. So pause it here. Go see the movie. Come back. Let's dig into this film.
I want more conspiracy thrillers. Okay. I'm a big conspiracy person, if y'all don't know. But I did like this one. I feel like I do have to watch the one with Arnold.
Yeah, I've never seen that one. Never. I think if I haven't added it on our list, add it to the list.
I think I've seen like maybe here and there, maybe if it was like on cable TV or something like that. but never like full on from start to finish. So I don't have like a comparison from that one to this one, or how like they could have done something the same way. This is very eerily to date of stuff that's going on.
Dude, so we'll expand on that point. You know, I'll watch a movie, especially if it's like set in a near future and, you know, kind of allegorical of what's going on. But the fact that like it hit the nail on the head with what's going on today with like AI stuff, although they never expressly say AI, but they doctor
heavily hinted.
Leave the speaking to me. Heavily edited. Yeah. Don't hurt yourself, kid.
Have you ever had a dream?
Welcome back on the couch. It wasn't even like, oh, here's a version of it. It's like, no, we're doing that now. We're tricking people now and changing what they're saying and what they're doing. It's fucking frightening, and I'm like, I'm not having fun with this because it's too close to what's happening.
I don't know if I'm watching a cat video that's AI or a regular cat video.
Did that squirrel on the cat's back not shoot that person? Really?
I'm sorry.
Damn
it did not.
But aside from that, earlier I had said about like it's not feeling as much like an Edgar Wright film. That's my major critique about this. I love Edgar Wright. There are a handful of directors that if they're writing it and or directing it, my ass is in that seat, whatever the fuck the movie is, whether it's an adaptation from a book or not. And I am such a huge fan of Edgar Wright. I'm still bummed that we didn't get to see his version of whatever the Ant-Man was going to be. I love Scott Pilgrim. I love the, I wish Carlos were here because he would have corrected me, the Shaun of the Dead, but not the the considered trilogy with Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. They've been in 3 different movies together. What's the name of those trilogies? See if you can look those up. And, you know, Baby Driver.
Last Night in Soho.
Did you do Last Night in Soho?
Yeah.
They all inherently feel like an Edgar Wright film, right? He has a signature on it. What are they called? Cornetto?
Yeah,
trilogy?
the 3 flavors
Cornetto. Of a Cornetto. Yeah, okay. This one didn't, like, it had little shades of Edgar Wright isms, the directorial style, but definitely not the writing. Like for me, the writing didn't pop. And I'm, you know, I feel like I have the right as a fan to critique it like this, just because, you know, hey bud, do a little better.
Hey bud.
And I don't know. You know, it's a fast paced movie, but like the characters didn't pop for me in that way that other Edgar Wright movies have. You know, like I had fun with it, but there's this level of it that was missing a little bit of something, and to that I can't say exactly what it might have been.
Yeah.
But it could have been, you know, whoever had directed like a fucking Fast and the Furious. It felt a little like that.
For me, like there was a moment in the movie, throughout the whole movie, I was like, I don't know if you know the actor Lee Pace.
Yeah.
Yeah. But throughout the whole movie, I was like, that's Lee Pace. That's Lee Pace. And I'm like, cool, because he's kind of like a background, but like front man.
He's like the hunter, right?
Like, yeah, he's like the background hunter, but like main focus is on Glenn Powell's character. And like maybe like the other hunters are getting him first before he does. But I felt like where was the miss was like the actual reveal of like Lee Pace's face.
Yeah.
Like that whole scene, I'm just like, great, love it. Amazing that I get to see his face, not just a mask. But it fell short a little bit. Like
his story, I felt like it could have expanded on, you know, when his reveal happened of
like,
who he was.
Yeah, like it was like a, oh. And then instead of like a, you know?
You know what, too? Glenn Powell's character, I forget his name. I apologize. My note-taking isn't great.
Ben Richards?
Ben Richards?
Ben Richards.
So his character is Ben. He's an angry guy. He's a smart guy. And he wants to help people. But then he kind of gets dragged into being this sort of symbol of freedom or whatever, you know, and gets dragged into it to the point where there's like convenient exposition and good thing those people saved him. Otherwise, the rest of the film would have happened in such, again, convenient ways.
It's like reverse Elphaba.
How do you mean?
Well, like Elphaba was.
Oh, yeah.
It's like
with
reverse.
The propaganda and stuff like that. Yeah.
It's like this one, instead of being like, we don't like there was that part where it was like, oh no, there you go, get him, right? But that was only because of the prize money or whatever.
Yeah.
But like, then after a while, like something happened, and then it was just.
Oh, the people he kind of sort of looked up to were like completely different and
they were like
bigger assholes.
Him, yeah. But that's where my thought ends. I'm so sorry.
Like I know, I'm just kind of jumping around all over the place, but I know Edgar Wright loves like Michael Cera. He was Scott Pilgrim.
Mm-hmm.
Cera felt out of place in this film.
A little bit,
you know, and then like his character kind of like doubling back on what he believed in this shit. It just threw me off, and I was like, okay, am I supposed to just be enjoying the action and not like trying to dig deeper into?
He kind of gave like keyboard warrior, and then like
totally.
Men in Life. It's like still trying to keep up that like I'm tough, and then like down with the people or whatever, you know.
But as far as like another person that felt out of place, William H. Macy. I love William H. Macy. He's a great actor, and he fucking acted the shit out of this little bit role. And as they say, there's no such thing as a bit part. But, it's that thing where he comes out, I'm like, oh shit, that's William H. Macy. How great. And then that's it.
Underutilized.
Yeah, definitely underutilized. I think I would have preferred him in the Sarah role.
Mm-hmm.
Although, it was like he's living for his father, blah, blah, blah. But, you figured it out.
But still, I felt like he would have fit better instead.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
I have here, my notes are terrible. I have here, Brolin is a good asshole.
Not gonna lie. Yeah.
He plays a good villain, especially if he's being like overly cocky. And Coleman Domingo, I mean, that dude is so good at being flashy.
Oh, dude, he hit it when it was that moment to those little small like bits that he was there.
Yeah.
He sold it.
He really did. God damn, I wanted more of that. There were like the heavy nods to the big corporations and the 1%ers keeping the poor man down. Again, a lot of stuff that was like hitting it really close to home. The rich spending tons of money on meaningless items, or, like it covered the whole use of AI. It's just, it was trying to be a commentary, but it wasn't even like, I don't know. Again, some stuff is like, not to repeat myself, but like some stuff is so usually like symbolically allegorical and things like that. And I'm like, no, this is just straight up 1-to-1, and I don't know. It was weird. Like once it started to happen and I saw it, I go, I'm having fun.
Yeah.
We're dealing with this now. I want to go to a movie. I mean, I know you can go to a movie to like learn stuff and expand or whatever. But it was The Running Man. I was expecting to kind of like get away from it all for a little while. I don't know.
I felt like I could have read the book better, and I felt like if I would have done that and then read 1984, and then what's the other book, Fahrenheit, or something like that, I could have just read those and be like, cool, I'm good.
Yeah, I haven't really read a lot of Stephen King, especially these other ones that got made into movies and shit like that. But I don't know. I feel like I need to visit it and see if it hit. I don't know. I mean, like someone else could have directed this movie and would have been, just as good. It's the writing of it that I wanted for it to expand on a little more.
Fahrenheit 451.
451. I'm sorry. It's not a. Here's the thing. I'm judging it as an Edgar Wright movie. I still had a ton of fun. It's a fun action film, but I don't know. It's on the lower echelon of the Edgar Wright films.
To me, it didn't really feel much of a 2 hour 15, 2 hour 13, something like that. Maybe it felt like a quickly paced movie.
Yeah, I got to it.
A little bit of misses, a little bit of maybe like could have been done a little bit different.
Yeah, mismanagement
like
of some stuff.
A little
needed tweaks.
A little. You can tell when the pace kind of changed a little bit. It didn't take you away from it.
No,
but you could subtly notice that
the delivery.
Yeah,
the delivery needed to be adjusted. Yeah, just a little.
But I mean, other than that, it was a good movie to go see.
It is a fun action film. I mean, the set pieces did feel like completely pulled from what you would see in an 80s film.
Yes.
That sort of what is like the brutalist architecture and shit like that, kind of like it being cold and working class and rich. That stuff is totally fun. Where it wasn't so like here's the future. It's like, no, this is future if we were to do it in the 80s. So I feel like that was more of a nod to the 80s Running Man, as well as Arnold Schwarzenegger kind of sort of having a cameo in this film.
Especially the separation of like poor and wealthy. Like where it's like wealthy, it's like, oh no, we have to go through a security check and everything and its own little private city and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then like poor is like you cross the wrong street in LA or something. Now you're in the bad side.
Fun movie though.
Yeah, fun movie.
A lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we were done watching this, I'm like, I have to be critical about it just because I love my boy. I love my boy Edgar Wright. Also, sorry, this is just a random fun fact. So when we were watching the movie, I'm like, dude, Glenn Powell is like really sweaty in this thing. And then I watched Hot Ones, and he was on it, and turns out he's just a really sweaty boy. So I'm thinking, how much of the sweat in this movie is him actually being sweaty and ripped? The dude's ripped.
Oh yeah.
And how much of it is like makeup stuff?
Oh yeah. I mean, I do like that he's getting different roles besides being like the heartthrob or like
charming guy.
Yeah, like like this one, it showed more of his acting.
It was a good change for him. I enjoyed so much seeing him as an angry person.
Because I was kind of getting tired of him being in like the romance roles.
Yeah.
Like there's time and place for those, but give him different. Like give everyone a little bit of something different. Don't like totally typecast them in something.
Yeah, give them a chance to like show some range.
And if they can't, then they're like, cool, they succeeded in this, that's them. But at least you gave them the chance to. And with him, it felt like he took it. Yeah,
no, totally. I mean, like, I wouldn't say that I like wasn't a fan of Glenn Powell, but I'm like, okay, and these characters, he's that guy. But this is Edgar Wright, so I watch this, and then I'm like, oh, he can do something a little different. Hey, buddy. You got me.
Good
job.
I'm
going to check some more stuff out of yours. There you go. Shirtless and sweaty? Why
you got
not?
me there. Hey.
Okay. Any last words about this?
No.
Okay, now let's go ahead and end this with our segment that we call Why Just Eat Fresh, where every other episode, Al and I alternate on guessing the Rotten Tomato critic and audience score, as well as giving our own personal rating on the aforementioned movies. In this case, it'd be The Running Man and Keeper, from 0 to 100, 59 and below being rotten and 60 and above being fresh. It's now my turn to guess the ratings.
It's Isaac's turn, and he took that away from me.
I was supposed to let you do it.
It's fine. You did it.
All right, let's just for funsies go.
And now it's time to play Rotten Tomatoes Guess the Score. Last time I went, now it's Isaac's turn. We'll tell you what he thought about the movies personally, what the critics and maybe audience are his guesses. Then I will correct him on all that and tell him the correct scores and tell him that he's wrong with his personal. Anyways, yeah.
I don't hate it. I'm keeping it.
I was put on the...
If you're listening to... Well, of course you listen to this. I want you to tell me which one you prefer. Okay, let's start with Keeper.
Okay.
I'm going to give Keeper a rotten score
of
50%.
Oh, okay.
And I'm going to guess that... I'm going to guess that the critics gave it a 46%. And I'm going to guess that the audience gave it a 65%.
You're close with the critics. They gave it a 48. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. You're far off with the audience. They gave it a 40.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Good job, audience. You know what's crap.
All right. Running Man. I don't mean the dance.
Wow. Were you just holding on to that one the entire thing? Yeah.
Yeah.
The Running Man, I give that one a 79%.
Okay.
Fresh. I think that the critics gave it a 70%. And I think audiences maybe liked it more than that with an 80%.
Okay. You're close to the audience.
Oh, okay.
Critics gave it a 64.
Okay.
Audience gave it a 78.
Okay. So roughly around like the ballpark in there.
And that is Rotten Tomatoes scores. Yeah.
Yeah. I bet you're wondering how she got here.
Yeah, that's me. I bet you're wondering how I got myself into this mess.
Oh, boy. Anything else you want to say about these movies before we get the hell out of here?
No, but thank you for guiding the rest of the episode. I'll go ahead, gladly take it.
You know what's funny?
fighting you for it.
Before we recorded, I go, hey, you know what? Why don't you we need some practice in leading it. Why don't you lead it? And I thought you were going to be like, oh, just do the intro, right? I love that you want to do more. By all means, go ahead.
This is the end of the show where you tell me how I did. 5 out of stars. 5 out of 5, I did good. 5 out of 5, I still did good. There is no bad.
The deranged look in your eyes. Dear Lord.
I don't know what else to say. No, that's it. I don't know what else to say.
Do you want me to hit the button?
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
This is you. You want to lead it.
I didn't want to lead it. I told you to lead it.
Lead us into the deep abyss.
Thank you for listening. Don't forget to like, share, and follow on
YHST Pod
on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. And if you want to fund us in any way or whatever,
monetary is nice. YHST Pod
at Venmo. Okay, bye.
And in the meantime, let us know what movies.
In the meantime, let us know what movies are on your list that people have.
You've had a dream where people are asking you the question. You haven't seen that?
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Oh my God, I didn't do the bye on the last episode.
How will they know? They're just left there.
I'm a robot. Wasn't even me.
All right, we gotta go.
Bye.